Renting a car for Uber through Hertz is one of those things that sounds simple, but can get messy fast if you're not careful. Trust me, I've been down that road. The idea is tempting. No upfront car purchase, access to maintenance, and the ability to start earning right away. But there are details that can really trip you up. First off, Hertz charges a weekly rental fee, and this can range between $215 and $300 depending on the market you're in. That's already a steep cost, but factor in insurance, fuel, and rideshare-related expenses, and you'll see how slim those margins can get. Uber pays per mile and per minute, so you really need to calculate how many trips you'll have to complete just to break even. One of the major perks of renting through Hertz is that insurance and basic maintenance come included. That means if the car breaks down or you get into a minor accident, at least you won't be on the hook for direct repair costs. However, keep in mind that these agreements typically don't cover significant damages or extreme wear and tear beyond normal use. That's a gray area that you don't want to test. Here's a pain point many don't think about: mileage caps. Most rental agreements through Hertz Uber partnerships come with limits, like 1,000 miles per week. Exceed those and you're hit with fees, usually something like 25 to 50 cents per additional mile. Rideshare driving racks up miles fast, so this can become a hidden money leak. Now let's talk flexibility, or the lack thereof. The Hertz Uber rentals lock you into weekly contracts, so even if you can't work much one week, maybe you get sick or personal life gets in the way, that fee doesn't go away. You can't pause it. Those gaps in earnings can add up quickly. Pro tip: keep a very close eye on your rideshare ratings. Renting through Hertz means you absolutely can't afford to get deactivated by Uber for low ratings or complaints. Rental income requirements don't disappear just because you're temporarily banned. This is a situation where your people skills equal your paycheck. So, who does renting through Hertz actually make sense for? If you're just starting out with Uber and don't own a car, or your personal car doesn't qualify for Uber's standards, this can work as a test drive for the gig. But if you're in it long term, that weekly rental fee will crush you compared to owning. Let's do the math. Say you rent for $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month. You could finance a decent used car for $300 to $500 monthly and actually own it after a few years. Renting is a short-term patch, not a sustainable plan. Numbers don't lie. Another hidden factor people forget: rental cars aren't yours, so you can't customize them to enhance your rideshare experience. No seat covers, no in-car charging stations permanently installed, no nothing. Plus, customers can somehow always sense a rental car and might rate you lower because of it. If your city allows Uber Comfort or Uber XL and you rent a qualifying car through Hertz, you can at least offset some of that steep rental fee with higher fares. But again, do the math. Those premium fares sometimes don't pay as much extra as people think, especially after Uber takes their cut. Oh, and speaking of location, anytime you return your Hertz rental, you've got to do it at one of their approved centers. If you live in Portland, that means heading to an office that aligns with both Hertz and Uber requirements. A hassle on its own. Plan that time into your weekly schedule. Final tip: if you're already aware that this is a stopgap until you buy your own car, start saving as soon as you can. Set aside $50 or more from each payout. Renting might seem easier up front, but that lightness comes with its own heavy costs.